This video is about using the discussion group feature in Blackboard courses. So I'm going to open up my Blackboard course and show you how to start a discussion and how to use it as a graded activity. Discussions are really easy to start, but students need practice in learning how to participate appropriately in a discussion. And our job is to help them stay on focus on the topics that we've given them. So discussion is one of the content modules in the normal Blackboard setup on the left side menu here. And in my area, I have done 3 discussions so far. And the 2 that have been most successful have been, this is for the class 031. We did a discussion about living in Buffalo, some of the advantages and disadvantages of living in Buffalo. Students participated in this one. And then we had another one about good jobs and bad jobs. So these are easy topics that students can easily give their thoughts and comments and opinions about. Now, when they see this listed here, they need to realize that they have to click right on the title, which you will create for the discussion. And then they need to pick inside the discussion, pick one of the forums. Now I've created 2 forums. So the tricky part of discussions in Blackboard is the way they're organized. Every discussion, inside of it, it has forums. And inside those forums are threads, like sub-discussions. And inside those threads are replies. And then you can have replies to replies. So this is where students really struggle. We assign the forum to them, but there might be 2 threads inside that forum. Let's open up this thread right here. And I've given a description of what I want them to discuss here. The problems and disadvantages of living in the city of Buffalo. Their job now is to reply. So I gave them a sample reply to begin with so they know what I'm talking about. And now this student gave his reply. Does he agree or disagree? And other students can reply to each other's replies. And as a teacher, I sometimes would reply and add in little corrections or little comments depending on the situation. So there's a potential for quite a bit of interaction here as students share different opinions about a general topic. It's easy for them to discuss. However, the problem comes when you give a deadline and students wait to the last minute or they miss the deadline. That means the conscientious students don't have anything to reply to. So what you might want to do is give a series of deadlines and say that you have to make 2 replies by this time, and then a day later you can come back and reply to what other people said. And of course Blackboard records all of these days and times so you can keep track of who's doing it late and who's not really participating properly. I'm going to reply to this student as a teacher. I'm going to use the quote button here because this will allow me in my reply to have her message, her language. So if I want to put in anything here, any little correction right into the text of her language, I can easily do that and submit it. So the discussion seems pretty free form and can move in a lot of different directions according to the comments of the students and the way they interact. The real nice part of it is the way you can quickly grade it. And I've opened up my grade center down here, and I don't even have to go to the discussion directly. I can just click on needs grading now. And here are two discussion comments that need grading. When I created this discussion, I specified that it would be a graded activity, and I said it would be 10 points. I'll show you how to do that. And now what is going to happen is I'm going to click on her comment, this student here. I'm going to click on the little circle and it's going to say grade all users, and this is nice because it's going to go one by one through all of the users that need grading on this activity. So here's the student, and here are all of her different comments on different threads underneath this forum. So remember, you have to go from the big category is the forum. Inside the forum are threads. Inside the threads are replies. Students, you might want to write this on the board. It is a special system that Blackboard uses. Big forums, smaller threads, small replies inside that big category. So I just quickly read through hers and I see how much she's contributed, how well she's expressed her ideas, did she stay on topic, etc., etc. Now I come down here and I've already given her a score of 6 on her previous work. I might change it here. I can leave a comment here about any problems or any issues that I saw, and then I can submit her grade. So she did a lot of work beforehand that I've already graded, and I guess she just added another reply later on. And here is, I'm inside my full grade book, and here is that discussion, Living in Buffalo. And here are scores that I gave some students before when they finished the discussion out of 10 points at the time I was using. Now let's start a new discussion, and I'll show you some things to consider when you're setting it up. And we'll try to keep this one pretty simple. Remember, forum to thread to reply. So I'm going to start a new forum. I'm going to create one here, and I have to give it a title. Let's call it Virus News. And I may give some description about what this forum is about, whatever that is. And as I scroll down here, there are a number of settings. How long will the forum be available? And the ones that I'm most interested in here, I want it to be a graded activity. So I'll just say 10 points for this forum, whatever that means. Now, I don't, if you grade the threads, I think that means that each thread gets a separate grade. So I'm just going to keep 10 points for the whole forum. And if I wanted, there is a way to add a rubric here if I'm very specific, but we usually aren't that careful in our activities with discussion boards. So the biggest decision down here in the creating the settings is, do you want the members to create their own new threads, which are like new subtopics? Sometimes that's a good idea, sometimes that isn't. Uh, it's really up to you. If you want to keep them on one little subtopic or question, then that's not helpful. But once I did a discussion about good jobs and bad jobs, and I encouraged the students to create their own new threads. If you create a due date here, the beauty of Blackboard is that it will remind the students about when it is due, and that will appear in their, along with their other Blackboard courses. They'll be able to organize their time and their assignments according to due dates, which is a very powerful feature that you should take advantage of. So I've got the important settings all done here for a simple discussion, and I'm going to now submit and start this new discussion. And it's down in the bottom here, virus views. I can see that there's no posts that I need to read in this one, no unread posts for this discussion. If I want to change anything, put in more instructions here for the students, now I can edit the forum and change some of the instructions or the settings or things like that, which I already told you about. So